Hello all and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we venture back into the dark shadows for a look into another mythical beast. A twisted knot of rats, bound together, moving as one. This isn't just nightmare fuel. The Rat King is a strange and terrifying legend with roots in mystery, fear and disease. Anyone who suffers from musophobia or fear of mice and rats may want to buckle up for this one. Let's dive right in. The image is unsettling, a writhing mass of rats, their tails grotesquely intertwined, forming a single, horrifying entity. This grotesque sight is not just a figment of imagination but a phenomenon that has been reported throughout history, sending shivers down the spines of those who encounter it. This is the Rat King, a creature of myth and legend, whispered about in hushed tones across Europe for centuries. The very mention of its name evokes a sense of dread and unease, as if summoning the dark forces that it represents. Emerging from the darkest corners of human imagination, the Rat King embodies our deepest fears, symbolizing disease, decay, and the unseen forces that govern our world. It is a manifestation of the chaos and filth that lurk in the shadows, waiting to emerge when least expected. The Rat King is said to be formed when a group of rats, usually black rats, have their tails entangled. This phenomenon is rare but has been documented in various parts of the world, adding to the eerie mystique of the Rat King. This entanglement, often attributed to blood, ice, or excrement, binds the creatures together, forcing them to move as one. The conditions that lead to such a formation are as disturbing as the entity itself, involving extreme cold or unsanitary environments. The individual rats, robbed of their autonomy, become mere appendages to a grotesque collective being. This loss of individuality and forced unity under such grim circumstances makes the Rat King a powerful symbol of horror and helplessness. The earliest documented account of a Rat King dates back to 1564, a time when Europe was ravaged by the Black Death. This first report, originating from Germany, describes a horrifying creature found in a mill, its multiple bodies fused together at the tails. The discovery, occurring amidst a deadly pandemic, solidified the Rat King's association with disease and misfortune. Over the following centuries, sporadic reports of Rat Kings surfaced across Europe, primarily in Germany and France. These accounts, often passed down through generations, described creatures ranging in size from a handful of rats to over 30 individuals trapped in a macabre dance. The sightings, though infrequent, fueled the legend, cementing the Rat King's place in European folklore. The emergence of the Rat King myth coincided with one of the darkest periods in human history, the Black Death. This devastating pandemic, caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis and spread by fleas carried by rodents, wiped out a significant portion of Europe's population. The plague, with its gruesome symptoms and indiscriminate nature, left an indelible mark on the collective psyche of Europe. Rats, already associated with filth and decay, became synonymous with the plague. Seen as harbingers of disease and death, they were demonized and hunted relentlessly. The Rat King, with its grotesque appearance and association with these disease-carrying creatures, became a potent symbol of the plague's horrors, embodying the very essence of fear and suffering. The existence of Rat Kings, despite centuries of folklore and numerous alleged sightings, remains a subject of debate within the scientific community. These mysterious and often grotesque formations have been the subject of both fascination and skepticism for generations. Skeptics argue that the phenomenon is a hoax, citing the lack of photographic evidence and the possibility of human intervention in creating these specimens. They believe that the intricate tangling of tails could be artificially induced rather than occurring naturally. They suggest that the Rat Kings found in museums, often preserved in jars or displayed as taxidermied curiosities, could be the result of deliberate manipulation. These displays, while intriguing, do not provide conclusive evidence of natural formation. However, some scientists entertain the possibility of Rat Kings forming naturally, albeit under specific and rare circumstances. They argue that certain environmental conditions could lead to the spontaneous creation of these bizarre entities. They theorize that young rats, living in confined spaces and with their tails particularly susceptible to tangling due to secretions or sticky substances, could become entwined. This natural entanglement could be exacerbated by the rat's movements and the sticky environment. As the rats grow, the knot tightens, fusing them into the grotesque form of the Rat King. This theory, while still debated, offers a fascinating glimpse into the potential natural origins of this eerie phenomenon. The Rat King, regardless of its authenticity, holds a powerful sway over the human imagination. This creature evokes a visceral reaction in those who hear about it. The very image of this creature, with its writhing mass of interconnected bodies, taps into our deepest fears. It is not just the physical appearance that terrifies us, but what it represents on a psychological level. The loss of self-control is a violation of the natural order, a glimpse into a world where the boundaries between individual and collective blur into a horrifying whole. This swarm-like entity of merging rats into a singular chaotic entity, spreading deadly disease along its way, is profoundly unsettling. The Rat King embodies the fear of entanglement, of being trapped and consumed by forces beyond our comprehension. It speaks to our aversion to the grotesque, to the unnatural fusion of bodies, to the violation of our sense of individuality. The grotesque nature of the Rat King challenges our understanding of what is natural and acceptable. This primal fear, deeply ingrained in our psyche, ensures the Rat King's continued presence in our nightmares and our cultural narratives. The enduring fascination with the Rat King extends beyond folklore and into the realm of popular culture. This creature, with its inherent creepiness and symbolic weight, has become a staple of horror literature, film, and video games, its image used to evoke fear and disgust. In fantasy tales and board games, villainous characters often take the form of a Rat King. Be it a large swarming mass or a hydra-like figure with rat heads instead of serpents perched atop a pair of legs. The Rat King also appears in video games, often as a boss monster, challenging players to confront their fears in virtual worlds. The Rat King, a creature born from the shadows of European folklore, continues to captivate and horrify. Whether a genuine biological phenomenon or a figment of our collective imagination, its impact is undeniable. The Rat King embodies our deepest fears, our anxieties about disease, control, and the grotesque. Its enduring presence in folklore and popular culture speaks to our enduring fascination with the strange, the macabre, and the unknown. The Rat King serves as a stark reminder that even in our modern scientific age, some mysteries retain their power to chill us to the bone. Alright musophobes, if you've made it this far, you'll be happy to hear that is a wrap on the Rat King. Can you imagine stumbling upon a swarm of rats that moves as a collective entity? It certainly makes sense during the Black Death times this mythical beast would have caused quite a stir. Have you ever been to an oddities museum or something similar to a Ripley's Believe It or Not location and seen one of the masses of rats with their tails fused? Did you think it was creative taxidermy or something more mystical? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for joining me on today's delve into the eerie plague and rat-infested shadows. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and subscribe. Until next time.